Jana Kingsford wrote, "Balance is not something you find, it's something you create." These words are truth, and I know and I hope that after I share my story with you, you will be able to start to put together the steps that you need to create balance in your life. Thank you for coming to spend some time with me, and as I share about success in work, life, and finding balance, I'm Joy Daniels, realtor, broker-owner of Joy Daniels Real Estate Group. I was licensed in 1988 and became a full-time realtor in 1996. It was hard juggling my role as a businesswoman while at the same time homeschooling my youngest son and trying to keep up my community involvement. Many of you may find yourselves in this type of overwhelming life situation, and it's hard not to allow yourself to become discouraged, especially when you're just starting out with your chosen career. I want to encourage you. It does take hard work and perseverance, but with a lot of hard work and an unparalleled passion, you will succeed. Passion is a key ingredient for success in anything in life. After 19 years of a successful real estate career, my husband and I started Joy Daniels Real Estate Group on April 1st, 2010, with 1 location and 5 employees. In the past 6 years, we had grew to 2 locations and a team of more than 40. I have people often ask me, "What's the secret to your success?" I want to share that answer with you. There is no secret. There's no silver bullet. It takes hard work, perseverance, and passion, plus amazing customer service and a commitment to impacting the community through ethical business practices. It does not happen overnight. I have had countless obstacles that could have easily distracted me from the success I was and still am determined to achieve. My life might be like many of you. I did not have a picture-perfect childhood. I came from a broken home and I moved 11 times before graduating from high school. My first job was at McDonald's. I had to work and pay my own way through college. Hack allowed me to accomplish that educational goal and allowed me to move forward on a very tight budget. I was able to get a quality 2-year education with a degree in accounting from Hack that impacted my ability to be successful. Just like passion, education is a key ingredient for success in anything in life. Although my life was chaotic for the first 25 years, I did have 2 constants: a grandmother that was a continual source of encouragement and support, and a steadfast faith. I had hope built on recognition that God's grace had washed over my life, and His plans for me were for a positive future. It was with that hope that I made my choices. Later in life, as a mother, when my sons did something that was wrong, I would sit them down and give them my choice consequence speech. I would remind them that every single choice they made had a consequence. Good choices resulted in good consequences, and bad choices resulted in bad consequences. It could be as simple as choosing to drive too fast, resulting in a speeding ticket, or choosing to try to fit in with the wrong crowd, resulting in addiction, or even worse. Every day we make a choice to enjoy or to endure. I choose to pursue real estate, and I still choose daily to enjoy it. Working as a real estate agent is not your typical profession where you start your day at 9 and end at 5. The hours fluctuate, and some days can be very long. As a real estate agent, I have to be available for my clients on their schedule, which means showing homes during the evenings and on weekends. While most people are enjoying their weekends off to spend time with family and friends, I am typically working with my clients. I am passionate about my career and the success I have achieved. However, I recognize that there are certain challenges that threaten all of us when trying to build a successful career. It is a very difficult process to create a balance between work and home, but it is possible. Honestly, it's easier for a single woman to put time and energy into growing a career, but most of us will come to a time when we select a partner and we become part of a new family and a growing family. And if I can give you any advice, it would be to carefully choose a partner who will support you. Someone who has a common understanding of your goals is crucial. I have been blessed with such a husband, and he is my partner in my career. However, single or married, children or no children, life balance is necessary. In many professions, it is not uncommon to find it difficult to distinguish work hours from non-work hours. At times like this, time management has to be a priority. The creation of smartphones, tablets, and being able to pick up a Wi-Fi signal from just about anywhere makes it difficult to separate work from personal life. You can literally always be available to your work and clients, and as you strive to do the best job possible for them, you find yourself answering emails and texts at any time, all day long. It can easily happen. In the real estate field, responding promptly is important and is another key to the success I have experienced. But I have learned, in most cases, to stop at a certain time of day and let things go until the next day. Heather Schuck, author of the Working Mom Manifesto, says, "You will never feel truly satisfied by work until you're satisfied by life." When I first started my real estate career, I didn't have a cell phone, and there was no such thing as computers except in very large companies, and they required an entire room of space. I was thrilled when computers came out, and then I got a fax machine was invented, and finally a cell phone. These tools, which are now even so much more amazing, make it easy to be married to your work. But at what cost? It can be tempting to rack up hours at work, especially if you're trying to earn a promotion or manage an ever-increasing workload. If you're spending most of your time working or constantly responding on your phone or email, you will find that your home life will take a hit. Eventually, the demand of the job will overwhelm you. How can you recognize if this is happening to you? Here are 3 things you should recognize and choose to stop. Are you tired? When you're tired, your ability to work, productivity, and think clearly will suffer. Exhaustion will take a toll on your profession and lead to dangerous or costly mistakes. After a few mess-ups, I know I learned to recognize how fatigue affects me. I made a conscious choice to get at least 8 hours of sleep a night because I do not like the consequences when I don't. Have you lost time with friends and loved ones? If you're working too much, you may miss important family events or milestones. When a friend calls to chat, do you tell her that you just don't have time? Do you find yourself missing a soccer game or a dance recital because your schedule's too tight? How do you think your son will feel if you miss his first home run? This will leave you feeling left out and harm relationships with your loved ones. It's difficult to nurture friendships if you're always working. Is your temper flaring more and more? Being out of balance between work and personal lives often leads to stress and anxiety, which manifest themselves in angry outbursts. If you're finding that the kids or your spouse are getting on your nerves more than usual, or you're finding your fuse short with others at work or in other settings, you might be struggling with your work-life balance. I can't tell you how many times my son would walk up to me while I was in the middle of an email or something and ask me a question, and I would either ignore him or tell him to go away or give him a quick answer, but I would never look him in the eyes. I found myself too often pretending to listen. Sometimes I had to learn the hard way, but I did learn to listen. And in the end, I am a proud mother. One of my sons works with me daily in real estate, and the other is a successful attorney. If you, or maybe a good friend, recognizes any of those 3 things in your life, it is time to take a step back and reevaluate your priorities. Of course, in making those changes, you still have to be careful not to fail to meet the needs of your employer, clients, or family. I have learned to avoid disappointing my clients and family by not letting myself get buried in unnecessary tasks. I use technology to my advantage and can streamline my work. I have to make choices daily to not allow my work to overtake my life. I have found that it is important to block out time for both family and business and stick to that schedule as much as possible. Of course, your family will recognize your efforts and accept necessary interruptions. Just be careful. While it may be tempting to sneak in just one quick text or email, do your best to stay in the moment and give your full and undivided attention to the matter at hand. Here are some things for you to practice choosing to do what will help you find life and work balance. Leave work at work. Again, with the technology to connect to anyone at any time from virtually anywhere, there is no boundary between work and home, unless you create one. Make a conscious decision to separate work time from personal time. When you're with your family, for instance, turn off your cell phone and put away your laptop computer. I have struggled with this in the past, but found that when I made the right choice, the consequences were always good. Learn to say no, whether it's a coworker asking you to spearhead an extra project or your child's teacher asking you to manage the class play. Remember, it's okay to respectfully say no. When you quit doing the things you do only out of guilt or false sense of obligation, you will make more room in your life for the activities that are meaningful to you and bring you joy. Manage your time. Organize household tasks efficiently, such as running errands in batches or doing a load of laundry every day rather than saving it for one full day when you have off. Put family events on a weekly family calendar and keep a daily to-do list. One of the great joys of my life is checking things off my to-do list. Do what needs to be done and let the rest go. Limit those time-consuming misunderstandings by communicating clearly and listening carefully. The one thing you cannot buy more of is time. Find a support system. At work, join forces with coworkers who can cover for you and you can cover for them. At home, enlist trusted friends and loved ones to pitch in with childcare or household responsibilities. When you need to work overtime or travel, you can get help. In my case, I have built a team of qualified people that I surround myself with at work, and my mother-in-law was always available when I needed help at home. Nurture yourself. Eat healthy foods. Include physical activity in your daily routine. And as I said before, get enough sleep. Set aside some time each day for an activity that you enjoy, such as playing a musical instrument, practicing yoga, or reading. Better yet, discover activities that you can do with your partner, family, or friends, such as hiking, dancing, or taking cooking classes. After a busy day, I like to come home, sit in our sunroom with a book, my cat, and a blanket. Giving yourself permission to enjoy your life is so important. My motto is work hard and play hard. When you take a much-needed vacation and you find yourself being able to say no, you're making the right choices for achieving work and life balance. You may wish you had been able to achieve more, but as you near the end of your career, you will be saying, I wish I had sold 200 more houses, climbed 3 more rungs on the corporate ladder, or will you regret not spending time with your loved ones? Remember, as women, you undoubtedly need to work much harder to gain the same recognition as men. I open with some words of truth, and I want to close with something else for you to consider. Having rules and the strength to enforce them around your business and personal life doesn't come easily. You must consistently practice making the right choices. Whatever career you have chosen, you can be successful both at work and at home with practicing making the right choices.